Nah, bro, but it's realistic, bro.
You gotta stand up for people, bro.
To a degree. Watch your own safety, you get me?
Yeah. That's why you go to gym like you.
Bro, these are Instagram muscles, bro. I can't help anyone with these muscles, eh? These are photo shoot muscles.
Bro, at the end of the day, like, you win the battle.
Mentally, eh?
Yeah, mentally.
But everyone goes to the gym nowadays. That's the thing. So everyone looks strong. I feel like
you look like a fighter. That's the thing. You look like a fighter.
I think so.
You walk around like you go and brawl with some MMA guys. You know? No, like legit. I'm being honest. Like your walk has that. Like I'm an MMA fighter.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's gassing me up. I don't want to get into a fight thinking that I can.
No, I'm not saying get into a fight.
This guy's
just
like,
saying,
yeah.
If you get into a fight, I still
Nathan
got you.
told me I could fight.
I still got you, bro. Like if we get knocked out, let's get knocked out together.
See, that's Nate's mentality. Hey, me, I say one of us needs to drive the other home. So two knocked out people can't drive. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, welcome to Ham and Nate. What an intro.
I wonder who's gonna be the one that's gonna be the designated driver, eh?
It's most likely gonna be me. The way you're talking.
How many gets into
The way you want to be a hero, fam, it's most likely gonna be me. It's fine. I'll drive us home, bro.
I'm guessing you'll be in an altercation and then you'll be like, hey, Nate, hey, you know what
You
to
know
do.
those people that start fights and then they back out last minute and get their friend into nonsense. Yeah, that's funny. I don't think that'll be me. I don't start fights. I mean, if someone starts with me, you know what? People are more likely to start with you, actually. No. Let me tell you why.
Why?
It's just because of your face.
No, I'm a nice guy.
No, you are. I know that. Everyone knows that you're a teddy bear, but on the outside,
I'm not a teddy bear. I'm a wolf. I'm a wolf, fam. Like, I mean, come on. Like, why is this man calling me a teddy bear? Not even just a bear. Nah, you're a bear. Nah, you're a teddy bear.
And that's when people are going to start with you. He's a wolf, guys. He's a wolf. Where's the wolf? All of a sudden, man circled. I'm like, hey, let me go start the engine.
When people call me the wolf, you know, like the fur starts coming out.
Yeah. First one's coming out. Yeah. The fangs. Show them your fang. Where's it? Took it off. Where's it?
I left it.
This guy left his wolf tooth at home.
Yeah.
Anyway. With Ham and Nate back again. So let's look at what Nate has sent me. So
Yeah,
Nate sends me on the
Mans
I also send stuff to
Mans doesn't read my messages.
Bruh, don't do that.
He doesn't read my messages. Let's try this one. I don't know what you said there.
Okay guys, so we're gonna react to Chian, Standout TV, what's it called? Grilling date. This girl's basically dating the world.
I thought she was looking for someone.
Apparently she's looking for love, trying to find the right person.
She's
all these
looking for
frogs to find the prince. So I'm sure you guys know, we'll put it up.
Because if she finds someone, then she can't keep on making these banging videos because they are popular. Like
that's
they're
the
good
thing,
videos.
they are, and she knows who to target as well. I mean, it's no coincidence she gets Andrew Tate on.
Nah, get us on there. Get us on
there. Hey, you went first. It can't be both though. It has to be one of us. No. You first and then me. Or
Nah,
me.
you go first.
I think I'm softer. I think I'll go first. You're for more controversy.
No,
I'd crumble at some point. I look at this guy because I come in a fight like then I see her in person. Yo, I won't lie. She's buff still, as the British say.
Guys, drop an L in the comments.
I'll be honest.
For love, not.
Don't start your nonsense again. Eh?
Did you see those L's?
I saw the L's. It was from. I know who you are, but don't let me call you out. So the person who dropped that comment.
Jason, my boy. Jason, drop that L. Let's get this thing going.
I'm going to air you out, bro. I'm going to air you out. Okay,
let's go.
For me, as a partner, I would want to be able to give my man a safe space to be able to be vulnerable, and it's like, but not completely like, oh my God, cry all the time, but just so he knows like, it's like things are okay. You know, like it's supposed to be a partnership.
No, it's not a partnership. That's another common lie in modern day dating. It's not a partnership.
But I want a partnership though.
Really? Question for you. Do you want a man that's taller than you? Idealistically speaking?
Ideally, probably, because I like to wear heels. I like to be seen.
Fantastic. Do you want a guy that's stronger than you?
Yeah.
Do you want a guy that makes more money than you?
I'm not fussed about money.
Okay, well, you want it to make at least your equivalent, if not preferably better. Remember, this is your ideal guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want a guy that's more confident than yourself?
Yeah.
More experienced than yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, you basically described the superior. So you expect this guy to come in and have a partnership with you?
Yeah, no, because it's I kind of feel whatever he might excel on, I'll also add value in other ways. Because it's not always about being physically on par with that person just for certain requirements. Like you can't birth a baby. You know,
Yeah,
that,
but
so we complement each other in other ways, and so we're still equal in that sense.
men and women are not equal at all.
Yo, I got a ton to say, but you jump in first, eh?
Oh, why should I jump in first?
Okay, cool. I'll jump in
No,
first.
jump in.
Cool. No, like, I kind of agree with what he's saying. I mean, I'm not the biggest Fresh and Fit fan. This is Myron from Fresh and Fit, by the way. A lot of controversial stuff he's got. But there's sometimes he makes a point. And this time I think he made a bit of a point because, you know, the way she started, she had requirements for a man wanting him to be vulnerable with her, etc., etc. Basically because she views them as partners in a relationship as equal, which to an extent I understand, but the wording was a bit funny for me when she said equal. And Myron disagreed with that by saying, no, you're not equal, because, you know, he asked about the ideal thing she wants in a man, and she basically, like he said, described her superior. And majority of the time, that's essentially what a lot of women look for. So if you ask women why they want guys taller than them, and you try to get a reason from them, a lot of the time what you hear, I mean, you can look at these interviews as well, all over YouTube, is because they want to look up at the guy, they want to feel small, they want to feel vulnerable in their hands, they want to feel safe, etc., etc. Essentially, you want someone not to look down on you, you want to look up at someone, you know what I mean? You want to feel, in your mind, the only way to feel safe is if they're stronger than you, if they're above you, if they're towering above you, physically and mentally, emotionally as well. Guy who makes as much money than them or equal or more than them, generally that's what they're looking for, you know what I mean? All the stuff that he described, she described her superior in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? And she was like, okay, but not really, because like, for example, it's in certain aspects. She mentioned giving birth. Women can give birth, men can't give birth. But that's a bad example because those are biological limitations, which no matter what you do, there's nothing you can do about giving birth. There's no man who are able to give birth, only woman can. So that example is not a good example for me. These other things you can control, you know what I mean? You can work to get a certain amount of money. Height you can't control, that's also another biological thing.
And I was just dropping something, like I do respect when women look at a man's height and they can still see the strength in a man, even if he is a bit shorter. Yeah, even if he's the same height or a bit shorter. Like, that is something that is respectable. But I also understand why a lot of people can't do that. It's hard to... It's
the thing, when you grow up with that thing, societal pressures and the stuff you used to, it's hard to slightly change it up. So there I can sympathize to an extent. Yeah.
My thing is, like, with the whole issue about like opening up and being vulnerable, so like it takes someone that has maturity. I think you can get to a place where you like people, so don't throw it out there like, no, I cannot have a partner as a guy, I cannot be vulnerable. I think it just takes the right person for you and someone that respects you and respects your emotions and feelings. But it's not to say that always at all times be like, oh, I'm so sad, oh, I'm crying. You have to be a man, and you have to, you know, sometimes you have to handle some things, and handling those things is like blocking your emotions, getting through whatever season you're in, and then feeling like after, like, you know, the house is burning, you put it out, and then you can cry about your house being burned down.
Sure. And I know there's a bunch of ladies right now shaking their head, calling us misogynistic or whatever. You guys don't understand. Sure, maybe that's a relationship you have with your guy and you have an understanding between each other where you can be equally vulnerable in each other's spaces or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're speaking from societal pressures and from growing up as men, what we know we have to do to move forward, you know what I mean? There's certain things that women have to do and that men won't completely understand. Yeah. And we don't get on you for that. Well, at least we don't. So, yeah.
And depending on how you grew up as well, because some people might, you know, some people might not be in the healthiest of mindsets. So you being vulnerable as a guy, that might make you a target to violence, because violence is not always the same. It's not always physical. Violence can be
violence from
emotional,
from their partners or from other girls or from other guys as well.
Friends, even like friends that are girls or a partner, whatever it might be. But that's why a lot of times gents will come and speak to each other like, yo, dude, I'm going through this and it's rough, because...
And even then you have to pick the right gents.
Yes,
so
yes.
It's still like,
But I would rather, a lot of the times, like, I would rather come to my brother here and be like, yo, dude, I want to cry. Like, don't look at me, you're not going to see me cry probably. Yeah. But if I do, you know, but this is what I'm feeling, I'm sad. just don't call yourself trash in those moments. Just don't be like, hey, bro, I feel trash, bro. Okay, but it is fair. Like,
yeah.
So
for me, like, sorry.
What else? There was another point you said. Yeah, but
there's another point. I will get onto that. But for me, if I speak on personal terms, I do understand the need to be vulnerable in certain moments. There are times you do need to unload and have people to trust. But my thing is always pick the right people and understand who to trust with your vulnerability and who to allow into that circle. You know what I mean? It's not it's not all women. You can't just assume all women like want to see that, so you give it to all of them. Some are just not for you in that way, and you're just not going to be, you're not going to get the reaction you're looking for, or the sympathy you're looking for, or the empathy you're looking for, whatever. So yeah, that's me. But her other point
for me, there was something she said there about partnership. I believe in partnership, but in that partnership, there has to be, like there's certain things. I don't know how to say it, but sometimes that partnership is not going to be equal, if that makes sense.
Contributes in different ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's going to be someone that needs to be the leader, and I say the onus is on guys a lot. Be the leader. A woman will take control if you don't take control, or if you don't handle things the way you should. A woman, we've seen single moms hold it down. We've seen moms raise kids, raise men.
Dominant woman out there for sure.
Yeah. So like, woman will. But is that what she generally wants? No, she wants a good, loving man that is going to take care of her and be there for her, protect her, assist her, and also allow her to be heard, to be loved, because that's another thing, being heard and being loved. But I feel like a lot of gents get this wrong. But here's what I wanted to say. There will be some instances where she might be a better leader in that particular, like maybe finance
or whatever.
Yeah, maybe gents, you like hammered out there, you just like spending that cash every day. Now, just man actually does hate spending cash. Maybe like me, love spending cash, and you just need someone in that particular like role of the household to like, okay, guys, we need to work on this. We need to spend this. They might be better at the finance, and they will lead in that sense. But generally protecting. And a whole lot of things, gents, is on you. Just covering the family, covering your person.
Yeah, it's like you said, like, understand when you're with someone what you can bring to the table. And I think people don't get that a lot, and they don't think about that a lot. A lot of the time they're looking into what they can receive from the other person, which is just not a good way to get into relationships and things. So it's like, cool, what can I do? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Don't forget about your weaknesses. And obviously, I'm not saying you can always find the perfect match and find the person to pick up the slack where you can't. But it would be ideal to understand what the other person's bringing to the table as well.
Yeah.
And if you gel, because I've seen like some really good relationships, amazing relationships where people are just extremely compatible and they know their roles.
Yes.
It's about putting in the work from each side.
That's where communication is key.
Communication is.
What you're saying there is like not what I can take from the table, what I can bring to the table. That's a big thing, because it also comes like, for me, then that leads to like, I'm a sacrifice for this person. Like, and if both parties can sacrifice for each other, like sacrifice your pride. Oh man, like, and that has to take both parties
working for each other.
Man, that is such a beautiful place to be. Like, I'm gonna go all out for this person, and they're gonna.
I know they're gonna do the same for me.
So even when you wanna freak out because his eyes are balling, you're gonna sacrifice that. Like, you're gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna freak out now because his emotions. Even though I don't understand why he's looking like this, but I'm gonna love him through this, and vice versa. Even when you don't understand why she's freaking out or going, like, I'm gonna love you through this, girl. Like, I got you. And that brings us to a beautiful place, man.
I can see you so happy.
Oh, man.
Got a picture in your head.
Oh, man, I'm happy when I see you people sacrifice for each other. Yeah. It's like, thank you, Jesus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
awesome. Anything else you want to say? I think that's beautiful.
No, that's that.
Captain Nate signing out.